Hello, fellas. Frankie Day here. Okay, guys, for this Tuesday, this is my first hangout I've ever done on YouTube. I don't know how it's going to turn out, though, but although this is being broadcast live, I don't know how the links work. For anybody that's watching this live right now with me talking, there's probably a link up there somewhere where you guys can see me and just go ahead and just join in. And like I say, guys, this is my first hangout, and I'm pretty dumb when it comes to modern day technology, and I feel like I'm caught up in the middle of stuff I don't know, which I am. So this is going to be a fun hangout, nothing specific than other than model chat. And so far, I got a lot of projects I'm doing right now. I've got one right now that I'm working on right now, fellas, kind of toying around a little bit. You can see the background behind me. That's an Airfix B29 that I bought many years ago, and decided to build that too, along with my Canberra, my Tiffy, and also my Avro Vulcan bomber. And so you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome, and I'm very happy if you get in, and we can have a model talk and chat. In other words, I'll just keep talking away and explain what's on my mind. But anyway, guys, I've been kind of farting around with this Airfix B29. This is an old Airfix kit, 1965 issue. I bought this back in the late 1960s. And it's pretty much like a gimmick model in a way. I'm going to build it right out of the box. The techniques on this thing is very, it's old school, like the way I like it. I was working on this thing last night, about 4 or 5 hours on it. I've got the Bombay doors. They work. They're functional. They work quite well. Landing gear retracts. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say this is a gimmick model just to show you how 1960s models were so neat to have when you're younger. And one thing about Airfix, they give you a lot of operating features in some of their models, especially just retracting undercarriage and such. And I got the other side here. It's pretty good little wingspan of this thing. I think it's 24 inches, big enough. Of course, they got the Academy one out there. It's miles better. But I'll tell you one thing, I like the Airfix one better because it has some pretty good detail inside there. I got the crawlway tunnel, the pressurized fuselage that B29 had. The cockpit is kind of sparse, though, but for the day, it was really most welcome because it's very detailed. I had 2 pilots going here. I'm going to paint these pilots and install them on the cockpit floor. And so Panzer Bill's bunker of Panzer Bill would really enjoy seeing that in there. Anyway, guys, I'm going to fart around with this Airfix B29. And I'll probably do a little work on here and there as the hangout progresses. And this webcam works pretty good on this computer right here. It's the first time I've ever used a webcam on this thing. And it's got a camera right there, right in the middle of that computer, like most of them do nowadays anyway have. Okay, guys, got a lot of things to say, a lot of things not to say, but this is my first hangout, and I got to get used to this. This is pretty much like YouTube, my videos. And again, I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful comments and everything on my videos. And I got a lot more coming this way. So far, went back there, took an inventory. I've been digging around. That's why I found this old Airfix kit. I ran into an old PBY kit the Airfix makes also. It's a good kit. And these old Airfix kits are not too bad. Some are pretty challenging, and some are not too hateful, and some are really good. I think this Airfix B29 that they made back in 1965 was a very nice kit. Oh, I'm done with the rivets. So, but like I say, take wet dry sandpaper and kind of tone down the rivets by using plenty of water. Okay, guys. Like I say, farting around this old B29 right here. Working on the tail right here, trying to get this some of this flash off this rudder. And install it before I close up the fuselage. That's pretty much done right there. Looks pretty good. Most of the models have been all cleaned already. I'm going to do left of airbrush the Bombay and the interior. I'm going to assemble the bombs next and go ahead and sand them down and paint them individually with olive drab. And I got to get started on my Canberra, get that thing done for the final reveal. All that's left is just black decals and the remainder of the parts. And virtually she's almost done. So for this joyous 3 days off I have, a pure modeling solitude, I'm going to enjoy this. And I saw yesterday, before I showed up to work, I heard a rumbling of a reciprocal airplane, like a biplane. And I forgot that Mr. Gregory Hines owns at the airport right across my house. I can walk there probably about 15 minutes. And he has a 1931 Great Lakes 2T type trainer airplane. He's got a Waco YMF-5, and he has a Stearman PT-17 out there. All the vintage biplanes, beautiful looking airplanes. Boy, it was nothing in the world sounds better than a putt of an old biplane. Man, that thing's sure glorious in that bygone era of the 1930s. Talk about crop dusters, guys. Let me tell you a story. I can remember, I think I was about 10 years old. And that was around 1950. I was 10 years old. And my younger brother, Gary, was 8. And at that time, my father was still in the military. In the Navy, he was. And we were naval dependents. And we were living in Port Hueneme, California. He was stationed at the appointment at the CB base, the Pacific Seabees. And we were there about a couple of years. And California is pretty much like Ohio. There's a lot of farmlands out there that grew green beans, strawberries, tomatoes. They grow a lot of crops out there, and they have the old form of taking care of the fields by crop duster. And a lot of pilots bought those old PT-17 Stearmans. And I was out there playing with some marbles with a couple of friends of mine, shooting marbles, having a good time. I was winning. I was winning cat's eyes, boulders, peewees, everything. I had sacks of beautiful marbles. I loved marbles. Years ago, back in those days, guys, we used to get a bag of marbles in a box of Post Toasty cereals and Kellogg's cereals. A lot of cereals had stuff like that for us kids to enjoy. It was good stuff, too. And boy, do we ever fight over a toy and a box of cereal. My dad goes, hey, you guys look at that box of cereal for a toy, it's going to hurt your eyes because there ain't none in there. I got it right here. This is mine. I've always wanted one of these. You put it in his pocket and make sure that we wouldn't fuss over it. I still piss on them. You know what the hell? Bowl of cereal tastes a lot better than messing around with a toy. Besides, I got better fish to fry than having a physical dispute with my brothers and sisters over a toy in a cereal box. Anyway, I was shooting marbles. I heard this rumbling of this biplane flying around. I can tell the airplanes. I used to win my lunch money when I was in school by looking the guy in the eye and telling what kind of airplane it is. I could tell the sound of a B-36, a C-54 Skymaster, a B-25, a C-124 Globemaster, a C-119 Boxcar, a C-133 Weenie Wagon, a DC-3 R-4D or C-47 Dakota, and DC-7s, DC-6s. All those simple airplanes, I can tell by the engines, they all have different sounds. The loudest airplane in the world was a B-25, I think. They're very loud. A lot of B-25 pilots suffered hearing loss with them devils because they're very loud. You just call them popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. That came from those Holly carburetors and things had on them. The earlier models didn't have that. They had a more like a mellow to right cyclone sound, but these things like as they go by. And they're very loud. On the ground, in the air. And anyway, so I heard this biplane flying out there. Beanfield, crop dusters. Come on, Gary. Okay, guys, catch tomorrow. Shoot some more marbles tomorrow. I got some more stuff I want to do right now. So I got my brother Gary and went out there in the beanfield and watched this guy crop dust. He had a Stearman PT-17. It was yellow. It was like the one I have laying down over there. Matter of fact, let me show you guys. Since we're talking about the subject, knowing me, I'll give you full details, the whole picture. Yeah, right over here. It's one of these. This is my Stearman PT-17. This I flew this 1,000,001 times, and I flew this as one of these. The guy was buzzing, came back up, unloaded a shitload of spray, and he yelled at me and my brother because you can hear him from the airplane yelling. Hey, you kids, get out of that goddamn bean field. Get out of here. Brother Gary goes, bye, 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 bye. All right, I'll fix both of you right now. And he took that darn Stearman, went up, and did a barrel roll, came back over, kicked that rudder over, came down, and got right over like that and pulled back up and released that spray. We got sprayed by that devil. Man, did that stuff itch, burn. My brother and I were butt naked. We ran that house. We went to the bathtub and jumped in there. And my mother said, what the heck's going on here? What are you guys doing? What happened? Oh, the airplane sprayed us with crop dust. My mother said, you goddamn guys, I told you guys to quit going out there, that doggone field out there with them planes flying around because you're going to get hurt. Well, the guy taught us a valuable lesson. You don't go out there where they're spraying. And believe you me, that stuff itched, left a rash on my skin. I could have choked that guy if I ever got my hands on him, but lesson learned. That's the end of that story. But it was interesting to, at the time, it very much was. It was fun and adventurous, but we had a good time. Okay, guys, went to the Russell's Hobby Shop yesterday. Looked around, I need some modeling supplies. Went out and got me some more Walther's decal solution. I went down there and he had a beautiful 1/32 scale AT6 Texan trainer. I think it's Hobby Boss that only makes it. So I'm eyeballing that. I think I might buy that and probably by tomorrow. I get my Social Security check tomorrow, and 4 days later after that, I get my my naval pension. So when I get paid at that in my job, so I'm doing pretty good. So I think I'll venture down to the Spitty and pick up that AT6 1/32 scale. He got a couple wing nut kits there. I stay away from them. I thought trumpeter was bad. Phew. Trumper can't hold a candle compared to the wing nuts price range. I think he had that 132nd scale SE5. I think he wanted $132 for it or something. Jesus, what do these things be out of gold? But they're very precision and museum quality type bottles and miniature. So you get what you pay for. So you're going to pay that much money for a model. You're going to make sure you get your money's worth out of it is by taking your time and building it, regardless how long it takes. That's how you get your money's worth. But like I say, these old relics right here ain't nothing new. And I love these old Airfix kits. They're fun to build. And my favorite is the B29. It's pretty accurate, guys. If you compare it to the Minicraft or the Minicraft, the Minicraft 172nd scale. Well, I had the Minicraft one time. It wasn't a bad kit, but I think this is better. Somehow this kit's got more oomph in it, and it's really not out of proportion scale wise. It's got a 24-inch wingspan, and you put some good special aluminum paint like I do on it, and add different shades of aluminum on it. You make the thing look nice. So I might make this thing. I can't make it the Enola Gay because I already got the turrets glued in. So it's going to be a bomber from either Tenyon or Iwo Jima. The B-29 was one hell of an airplane for its day, guys. Super bomber. It came out early as late 1942. The drawings came out. In the latter part of 1943, they started to come out, but they had a lot of problems with them because, like I say, that was the first pressurized bomber that we had at the time, and they could supersede high altitudes where Japanese couldn't come up and catch them because they're too high. They didn't have oxygen. Weren't pressurized. And the Japanese can go up there and try to go up 36,000 feet or 40,000, trying to go up that high. I mean, those airplanes only had a ceiling, a service ceiling of so many thousand feet. That's it. You go beyond that, you supersede its limits. Anything can happen. And you can freeze up, conk out on you, or you can freeze and you drool inside your face mask. You can cause that thing to clog up, and you're in world trouble. You pass out and you're dead. So they have a lot of problems with gun blisters popping out and stuff because of the pressure. And they finally fixed that and got that taken care of. Then they had problems with the engine fires, though, because they had those big 2,800 horsepower Wright Cyclone corncob engines. And they were prone to catch fire a lot and everything else. And a lot of oil leaks and everything, hydraulic leaks. So everything new has got gremlins in them. You got to just work them out. And they did. So B-29 didn't fall in the hands of the Army Air Corps as right around the spring months of 1944. And during the island capping campaign, they had survey repair units, which is called CBs, construction battalions, out of the United States Navy. NCB-4 out of Fort Hueneme, California, and the rest of them out of Florida, some out of the Great Lakes. All construction workers that went out there after the islands were secured from the Japanese. They moved land movers out there, D9 diesels, bulldozers, graders, cranes, everything, made runways to accommodate these big B-29s because they had a good range. But you start having a range like Iwo Jima and Okinawa and also Tenyon, which is not very far from the Japanese coast. That means you can get to Japan very close, which they did. That was the general idea. Because we pushed the Japanese all the way into their homelands. And we're launching massive B-29 strikes against them. And I tell you, they did a lot of damage to Japan. And Curtis LeMay revolutionized the B-29 by using fire bombs. You see, you know something, guys? He got a hold of his Joint Chiefs, everybody in there. They had a big talk about the B-29. I said, guys, we're doing this thing wrong with the B-29. Dropping the 500-pound SAP bombs ain't going to do it. Those of you who are misinformed about the construction and the civilian use of Japan is that most of their structures are made from paper. If we could firebomb them out, B-29's been revolutionized until we find something bigger. And it worked. So Curtis May says we can, at a higher altitude, we can firebomb them. And they did it at night. And I talked to a lot of B-29 pilots back in World War II. They said, man, after we bombed them, it says, we turned around, came back to Tinian. He says, you look behind there, you can see a big glow of Japan. It was like charcoal in a grill, just blazing. And you think about all the people that were killed. But those firebombs are very persuasive weapons at the time. Yeah, they were routinely used. I think eventually Japan would have probably gave up. But at the time, you know, the Japanese were very fascist, and the Japanese people were not very nice people back in them days. They looked at us as cutthroat pirates, thieves, gangsters, crooks, infidels, you name it. And they were prepared to fight to the last samurai, to the last man. And they had the Bushido Code too, which is one service for Japan and thyself. That means you're nothing. If you kill yourself and get killed in battle, you're doing it for Japan, not for yourself. For Japan, these people were taught very wrong because they're maintained and run by an old-fashioned emperor. And they made certain that that whole Japanese code would stay in. And even the Shintos the same way. So they were a nation not to give up until we dropped the bomb on them twice. And they realized they're dealing with something. We can't afford extermination. Because Harry Truman kept dropping them until they gave up. Because that's what he said. We'll just keep dropping them until eventually they're going to give up. Not a very humane thing to do, though, but it's nasty business. Now we got another problem. We got Rocket Man across the pond. And this guy's got a serious piece of kimchi stuck in his rectum. And this guy's a nut. I think he's proved to the world, he's proved to me, that he's capable of doing something like that by launching a nuclear weapon on somebody's backyard. I want to tell you something, people. The nuclear arsenal we have nowadays, opposed to what we had over 70 years ago, is nothing. The bombs dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki were firecrackers compared to what we got now. Now you got that neutron bomb, which is mostly effective. The humane of atomic weapons is a neutron bomb. It just destroys all human life and leaves the structures laying there. No radiation fallout at all. So, for example, if that nut decided to launch a missile like that, if it hit a big city, anybody who lived in that city is food for worms. They're gone. You've been outside already, Raleigh. You go lay down. No, get away from there. Around tear a dog out right here. He likes to go outside all the time. Go outside after bed. No, get back. As long as I'm talking to him, I'm getting his attention. Anyway, guys, a nice day outside. Yeah. Kind of hope us get somebody on here and everything. And if not, guys, you'll get on there. I can at least I can entertain you a little bit. What I have to say, it's on my mind of things. These hangouts a lot different than reviewing a model. I get to talk a lot about things. It's bring at that point, just kind of chewing fat, you know. I was checking all you guys doing all your figure painting. Man, like Gilbert and all those guys, man, they do beautiful work, their figures. I wish I could paint like that. You know, I need to get me, I got me a couple of figures. I got one over here I can use. Where's the devil is he? Yeah, here he is, right here. This is an old figure. I bought this back in 1971. It's by Valiant. It's made out of lead or white metal or something, or Britannica. I don't know what it is. It's a pilot. A duplicate of this fellow right here. You guys probably seen a lot of them use my models, the builds of the past. I got 2 of them. I think it cost $2 back in a piece. So this one here hasn't been painted yet. It hasn't been primed, it has been painted. I'm thinking about maybe days give it a go, doing some figure painting. Just take my time and see what I can do, you know? I mean, I can learn, but I'm never much of a figure painter because I never ran into it that much. I could slap a little paint on there, make them look pretty good, make them look respective enough though they're a pilot. But stuff like Freddie Duarte does and Gilbert does and the rest of the guys do, it's beautiful, beautiful work. Yeah, so far this little B-29 has come together slowly. Just added a build to finish up on. I'd like to keep them going. Anyway, guys, that was kind of funny as hell when I popped that straight us that day, man. That's something I can never forget the rest of my life. I saw something on YouTube about some guy built a 148 scale B-29. They're heavy. I got 2 in my stash pile over there. I got one down below in the basement already done already. I might bring that up to show you his build of the past. And there's one kid built up. He did a good job on it. Getting the landing gear up and everything. Bomb bay doors open, ready to drop some bombs. He was hanging up the ceiling. Hang 'em High School of Modeling like I do. And I look at the ceiling right there. It was like a popcorn type of ceiling. And that popcorn type of ceiling right there, yeah, a thumbtack, a regular conventional thumbtack with the nail part about a little less than 3/8 of an inch. I ain't got a whole airplane like that. That kid took a thumbtack, stuck it in the ceiling of the airplane. We let go, whammo! I almost cried for him. That kid almost lost it. I said, "Oh man, the poor kid!" I tell you. Okay, guys, my dog right here is moaning a little bit. Okay, you get to go outside. Guys, give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back. I can let him outside. He wants to go outside. And so I shall return. You can marvel at the lurleen, that big ocean liner right behind me. That thing is 6 feet long. Be right back, guys. Give me one. You shut up. Back. Boy, that dog's like hemorrhoids, appearing at pain in the rear end. In and out, in and out, out and in. So they'll be prepared for him to do some barking. I got to let him back in. It's probably got a bladder like a grape. These dogs don't hope they can. I don't know how they hold it in. But they do. Okay, guys, I'm running out of things to say, you know, and if I don't get any nibbles on this, I'll continue on here a little longer and shut down. And what I'll do is I'll prepare another hangout and make sure everybody knows and what's going on if everybody gets in. So I'm going to hang on here a little bit, guys, and work on my plane a little bit. If you see me working on this thing, I'm still here, and I'll be doing a little talking here and there, and while working on this. See how I said? I got to let it right back in again. Boy, I tell you, never fails that guy. He's out of here. Okay, guys, I'm going to mess around with this B29 a little bit and talk a little bit. And hopefully I'll get a nibble on here. I can talk to somebody. If not, no big whoop. That can be done tomorrow. That can be done on next Hangout. I'll schedule a Hangout. I don't know how this is going to be. It may be really boring. I don't know. And we'll see how it goes. Another thing, too, guys, we guys prime your models. Like, be sure to take a nice good sander and sand off these joints so we glue them. Because, like I say, glue don't stick to paint. So you got to make sure it's plastic to plastic, not to paint to plastic. It'll glue. You think it's there, but it won't. In time, it'll just nothing to stick to. It'll just give out. This is the first time I made an attempt on this here model, this here kit, since the 1960s. I built one of these one time. I bought two of them. One I built. There's one guy, he wanted it worse than me. And I built it and I sold it to him. I think I let him have it about $15, something like that. And kept the other one, and this is it. This thing here's got to be painted. This here's got to be painted from here on from the front face of the pressure bulkhead going forward is all interior green, and from the tunnel all the way to the pressure bulkhead is all aluminum in the Bombay. So far, this whole Airfix kit, everything goes together pretty good. I don't know how long it's going to take me to build this, but it builds pretty quick. Although it has a lot of parts. I think I spent about 5 hours on it thus far on it. And it wasn't too much flash in that kit because that thing is a release of 65. That's when it first came out. And I believe I bought that about 67 or 68. So it's been in production about 2 or 3 years. So you ain't gonna get that much flash on it. Now the ones that do have a lot of flash on it, those MPC kits. Those MPC, which is a subsidiary of Airfix. Same kit, just MPC. It's not a States Airfix. That's what it is. I think out of Michigan it comes out of. Their kits are kind of flashy because they're older molds. The plastic used in those days is pretty hard plastic. And that's a very strong airplane when it's all done. It's a beautiful looking kit. It builds up real nice. The one I had before, I think I covered it with bare metal foil. And I had a buddy of mine, name was Anthony Robbins. His dad flown B-29s. When he seen that B-29 sitting there top of my TV set, so Frank, I got to buy that for my father, you know. And since his dad was a pilot of one of these things, I said, oh, what the heck, you know? I'll just go ahead and sell it to him at $15. Oh, wow, thanks, man. Gave me 15 bucks. Back then, I bought a case of beer. So don't worry about, I got another one. It's plain bare more metal foil. I think I used Kaiser's aluminum, I did. Using contact cement. Brush it real nice and thin. Take your tin foil and push over and cut out X lines. Make sure it's all paneled in. That'll work. That thing came out nice. I think it was a Nola Gay. Colonel Paul Tibbets's machine. I've always was fascinated with the B-29, and down here at the Air Force Base Museum, they got Fred Box, known as the Boxcar. That was the bomber that dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, and all restored as it came out of the Boeing plant. It has a big old boxcar thing on the nose, and once in a while they have a tour you can go on there. And there's two ways of entering a B-29. You can enter it through the landing gear, which I did, or you go all the way aft where your exit door is at, all the way aft on the port side of the fuselage, just almost at the leading edge of the horizontal stabilizer. There's a little door right there where the APU unit is at. And that's only two ways you get into those things. The crew aft of the pressure tunnel exited and entered the airplane from aft, and everybody forward from the bulkhead of the pressure tunnel up the cockpit went to the ladder up to the wheel well. And they got a little square door. And that door hatch comes up, walk up the ladder, get inside there, pull the ladder up, it'll retract inside the wheel well, close the hatch down, secure it. You got a big bulkhead, and you got a hatch here. It's almost like a torpedo tube hatch out of door cover. You pull that hatch open like this, and you crawl that tunnel all the way to the fuselage to the aft end. They got a little cart right there. It looks like a, what do they call that? The mechanics use a creeper. Yeah, it's a creeper. They put a creeper on there. You lay that creeper right there, you grab a line, you just pull your, so shimmy yourself across there like a worm. You put you on this creeper. You take this line, you pull yourself. You can pull yourself all the way. Same thing on the B-36 Peacemaker. Same principle, the same. That particular Peacemaker's got a longer distance. I think 60 feet. And it was interesting to go inside that thing and look at it. The bombardier seats right there, and the special infrared lenses that they used to protect them from the radiant blast of the atomic bomb. And very educational, interesting. So if you're going to build a model of a B-29 148 scale, even this little squirt right here, 1/72 scale, even 1/72 scale, this thing is still a pretty good sized model. And so nothing in the world is better for reference than the venture inside the real machine and build yours just like it and take a lot of pictures. Again, it's the first time I ever worked on this kit. Brings back a lot of memories. The decals they give you are very, very bad. I think I threw them away, and I got me another sheet to supersede it. Here's a decal sheet that came out of the kit. That thing was kept in harm's way where moisture was at. I remember I kept that thing in the garage. It wasn't in a box, it was in the garage. And it had about a dozen of these kits that were in the garage, and somehow moisture got in there. And now I just box them up, and they stay fresh and ever in my stash pile. But this is old school. So I got me another sheet just like this, and came with a kit here. Another one. It gives you the boxcar, the Enola Gay, and a regular Pacific bomber. Stars and bars I'm not going to use. You look at it very closely, they're not even insignia of blue color. Almost, they don't look right. Even the even your codes right there, your logos on there are they're not too bad. But I got this all superseded. I got a 1/72 scale decal sheet for the B29 by micro scale, and it's tucked away in my decal box. I'm gonna use those, and I got some no star bars. So this kit's gonna be built in conjunction with my Canberra and Admiral Vulcan, also my Tiffy. I'm gonna get some videos of those guys shaking. Right now, I'm just kind of experimenting with this here Hangout and see how far it'll take me. And if I get some, hopefully I get some nibbles. If I can't get any nibbles, I'll probably have some wonderful commenters on there. Will probably comment me and tell me how to do all this and how to set it up, because they're experienced at it more than I am. For me, I got thinking, I said, I'm not much for Hangouts because I'm pretty much a loner. I keep to myself a lot, and I don't get involved in a lot of things. The only thing I get involved is the Auto Modeling community. And I know everybody here, and you guys, I love you guys very much. And the people who I know, and I share my models, that's it. And I don't get involved in Hangouts and stuff. And so I figured, what the heck, maybe I could start a Hangout, and maybe I might get something started and see how it nibbles. Like I say, if I get any nibbles on this Hangout, that's okay. I'll probably get one later on, or maybe because everybody's working, everybody's doing something, everybody's not on YouTube. But this is I really enjoy this YouTube stuff, guys. These Hangouts are get to know people, and it's the next thing of being there. I think I can't be in England, or I can't be Sioux City, Iowa, or California, or New York, or Pennsylvania Avenue. That's one thing I love about PC equipment, like all this stuff, guys. We can do it all here in the comforts of your home. Just like we're here. I really enjoy that, all that technology. Yep. I know one thing, I got to do some cleaning around here. I'm looking at my collections I have up here, and they're getting pretty darn dusty. And so they'd be cleaned off a little bit. That dust, boy, just gets on there and just it really messes up your models. This on B29, something else. I'll tell you guys, I kid not, there's a lot of parts to this thing. A lot of parts. And all these things are sub-assemblies by using exploded views. Everything's exploded. And one thing good about Airfix is they got text down below that tells you how all these parts go, how they fit, which is good. Nowadays, it's just show you pictures. And all your logos, your paint call outs and stuff like that. It's just all different. To me, I like this old school stuff. To me, that's modeling. And I do pretty good at these old ones because my age, I was growing up with it. come over here and grab some wings here. Get this wing sanded down real well. Sand his wings down, give them a chance to be put together. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working sub assemblies in this thing. Huh, not too bad of a fit. That's a good tight fit. I like that. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and start. We'll get the can of beer, get her finished up. We got to get the black things masked down on and get the black airbrushed. Then if I get the black airbrush on it, when the masking is still on there, I'm going to go ahead and tone down the black with a little bit of blue. Then I'll go back with a little bit of dark, soften up the black to a dark gray, go over it again, and get the illusion of different blacks of weathering. Yeah. It's always good to sand these things down before you dry fit them, make sure all that flash is off there. This thing's not too flashy, guys. Oh. Not too flashy. Because this kid's probably about 3 years old when it was first made. Been in my possession for over 50 years. But the kid itself was about 3 years old. So back then there wasn't too many too much flash on there. Going on the wing a little bit, get some of those rivets down a little bit. I'll do it with some wet dry sandpaper. I don't want to take them all up there because they're very important to have. the hell? Oh, that broke off. No big deal. Excuse me, guys. Check this fit. See how it fits here. Pretty good. Since we're going to test fit this job and see how it. Real good fit. It fits pretty good, guys. It really does. Try the other wing. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. There's a little secret I'll show you guys. To avoid using less putty, I dry fit this wing about 3 or 4 times. It fits real good. Good flush fit. Best thing to do is when this thing is glued together, the fuselage is glued together, is take the top part of this wing and glue it first, so it's flush. The other wing will follow suit with that and be flush on the other sides. That way you don't have to worry about using that much putty on it, or none at all. Okay, I think that's. Yep. Well, guys, I'll take a break from these things a little bit. Done these things all day and all night, so take a little break. I'm going to hang on here a little bit longer, guys, see what goes on. If I don't get no nibbles, I'll just go ahead and end the video. And the next one, I'll make some preparations and I'll learn how to get everybody's invites, the links. Because I don't know if you fellas out there are receiving this live now chat, with a chat line on there and talk and stuff, you know. I don't know if it's there or not. I may be just talking to myself all this time and no one can get in. And that's probably one of the reasons why I want to end this video a little bit and see how it goes. Maybe something in this video that I'm missing while I'm not having any of my friends on there. That we can have a little hangout get together. It makes it a little interesting. Have 2 or 3 people talking and stuff, and building models and everything. So I think that's about it. I think, guys, I'm just going to end this thing right now, and I'll tell you what I'll be doing. So next video will be coming up. It'll probably be it'll be the camera. And since I'm working on this B29, I might as well make a video of this too. And that'll be that. Next hangout's going to be, guys, I'm going to go ahead and schedule one for tomorrow sometime. I'm going to see if anybody's getting any feedback on this, so they can be able to get in and be at the bottom of my screen right here and let me know they can join in too. But I don't know if you guys can join in or not. I don't know how the thing is set up. But this thing is live. I'm pretty much alive. Ain't dead yet. So I got a long ways to go to that day happens. Ain't no hurry of getting there either. Yep. Okay, guys. Next video is going to be the final reveal for the Airfix 148 scale Canberra, and I might as well make another video on this B29 right here. Throw that into it along with the Vulcan, the Canberra, and the Tiffy. So that'll be it. Okay, guys, I'm going to close this video down right now and see how it pans out. And I'm going to try to prepare myself a lot better because I just got to think I'd like to make a hangout here, you know, and I have people join in or something, you know. And so maybe I'm doing something wrong here. I don't know, but I'll find out after this thing uploaded. Okay, guys, it's time for you to get out of here right now. And you guys take care of yourself. Make Mama happy. Happy wife, happy life, and make Mama happy always. And we'll catch you on the next videos. Bye, guys. Signing off. Take care of yourself. And I'll make preparations on the next hangout, how it's going to go down, and see how this thing pans out first before I make any more. That'll make a decision for me if it suits me. Okay, guys. You guys take care, guys. God bless you guys. Bye, boys.